Hey there. So, how OpenClaw agents actually make decisions? This is a very full internal breakdown I'll be doing here. So, before you trust any agent, you need to understand how it decides. Most people think that AI agents randomly generate your actions. They don't. They follow structured reasoning loop. You give a prompt, it gives then you give context, you do tool selection, then execution, then update the memory, and then you'll get the response. So today I'm going to show you exactly how is this possible. So now this is my command shell, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm actually running the WSL inside Linux. Okay. So after you run the WSL inside Linux, it runs in a Linux runtime where all the node and local space is inside here. Now if we check whether our gateway is running here or not. So see here, the gateway is already running, okay, on the port of 18789. Fine, but we are not caring much about the gateway here because we need to actually just check how it reasons. Okay, so after this we check the gateway and all, so it's good. And so now this is the most important step. Here it starts. So now you have to export your Gemini API key. So after you export your Gemini API key, you need to run this command of this thing, agent planner, and this is a local file, and what is the message. Okay, so basically what it does is that this uses your task links. Okay, it uses your session enqueues, and then it executes serially your output per agent. Okay, this prevents corruption. See, enqueuing, dequeuing, enqueuing, dequeuing. Okay, now after this we see that there is an embedded run start. Okay, what does embedded run agent start mean? That your session is created, your model is selected, your context is assembled, and prompt injection is initiated. Okay, so what is your context injection here? So your context injection is agents.md, soul.md, okay, tools.md, identity, whatever are the files here. So those are your context injections. Okay, so these are your context injections, and so that agent's reasoning is influenced by this behavioral configuration, tool schema, identity definition, system constraints. Okay, now let's talk about tool awareness. So now after I run this command, I get an output of payloads, and see, I'm getting the format of a config format in the JSON. Okay. So we see that tool is read and tool is executed. First action, what it is trying to read, and then instead of crashing, it's actually making a fault tolerance. Okay. It's making so many execution calls, and see, it's returning output so clearly here. Okay, fine. Now, as we can see that if we run listing all the available tools, so here it does not execute the tools. Okay, so see here, it's actually all introspecting the tool registry and explaining selection logic. Okay, it means it already passed the metadata from the previous response. Okay, so it reasoned about our use case mapping, and it's generating our output in this JSON format, which means it's making a decision actually without an action. Okay, if you want an action to be performed, you can eventually enable it using OpenClaw Gateway dashboard, and there you can perform your actions there accordingly. Fine. So I'm just running the commands in the CLI here. Now let's see the third command. So in this third command, now the decision flow changes. Instead of external Gmail, we are using it to reading, writing, executing, and writing a report for report.md. Okay. So that demonstrates a dynamic tool selection based on task domain. So same agent, but it's a different tool route. Okay. And see, it's giving me the best response ever. Fine. So what this entire session actually proves that your gateway lifecycle management is done. You are providing an auto detection, context injections, tool schema awareness it has, tool selection reasoning it has, execution loop in JSON it has, error handling is done properly. Okay, memory probing is there. It's also using JSON trace transparency and session lifecycle cleanup. So exactly what is happening, you're giving a prompt, it's selecting a tool, it's executing, and it's tracing it. Okay. So overall, if I speak about this, I can eventually say that this is one of the best level of production which we are doing, where OpenClaw actually uses for reasoning. So this is one of the best ways you can actually make your OpenClaw agent to actually use its own AI model, through which you can ask any kind of execution task to perform where it actually uses its own reasoning, and you can run and it runs the logs command also to check how agent makes the decisions here. So as we know that this for this, if we need, we have to actually use this for multi-agent systems, for securing automation pipelines, for LLM driven workflows, for production grade AI tools. For this, we need a deterministic thinking, transparent tool selection, and observing all these execution logs. See, all the execution logs are visible here, right? This should be the one that OpenClaw should provide, that if you want to make it reason properly. So difference between any toy AI and production AI is that it's observability, right? So now we have to understand how these agents can decide, and see, as we can see, the entire life cycle of OpenClaw reasoning is just through the commands, and how is this agent planning and messaging and all you can see here. Accordingly, you can get the JSON format here, and you can alternatively use a dashboard as well. Okay, there is not much needing for only to use a CLI. If you are not familiar with this, you can use a dashboard, and then accordingly you can give the same risk commands, right? Anyways, it's using Gemini AI as the reasoning, right? So for reasoning lifecycle, this is the best thing. See, if you want, you can also connect it with Gmail. You can use the Gog command here, right? I'll just find where is Gog. Okay. And say if you want to run in isolated mode, you can on the sandbox. Currently it's off, but you can on it. So see, yeah, GOG is here. So if you want to connect to Gmail or any kind of Google Authenticator, you can run this GOG command, and you can accordingly perform your operations where this agent will reason accordingly and give you the response, as we have seen in the previous videos, how it actually, clears your inbox emails with spams and promotions, and it actually ranks your inbox emails according to the priority wise. Okay, so this is all regarding the agent's reasoning. Basically, it's completely an LLM architecture which it is using currently, and it also uses a multi-step reasoning, as we can transparently choose the multiple agent providers as well. This is just an example of Gemini AI. You can use any other AI agent as well. So that's all from my side. Thank you.